study is a class, and I'm happy to be here. We have taken series of drug abuse in our previous class. We have about 5 series. Please, if you've not watched it, go over there and watch it. It is in this channel. Navigate through. Today we're going to talk about substance, harmful substance. When we hear the word harmful, it means it is something that is that causes threat to the human body, something that is unfit for us. That's harmful. Now, let's take a look at harmful substance. They are things that is not healthy for the body. But then, in our class for today, we have 2 objectives. What is harmful substance? And we're going to list and explain with example harmful substance. Now, let's go to the first objective, which is harmful substance. This is anything that is contaminated and threatens the safety of man in his environment. This can be in form of food, water, drug, cream, fruits, etc. They are unfit for human consumption. So if you look at this explanation, you find out that harmful substance, it's anything that is contaminated. Contamination, anything that is contaminated is unfit for human consumption. And this contamination can be in form of water, in form of fruits that we take, in form of drugs that we take. Expired drugs are contaminated substance. Don't worry, in our examples where I will list and explain them, we're going to see some of these ones with example. So, anything that threatens human, anything that is contaminated, anything that will cause harm to human, anything that man consumes and it threatens his health is harmful substance. And it is unfit for human consumption. So let me run through it again. This is anything that is contaminated and threatens. The major words are contaminated and threatens the safety of man and in his environment. This can be in form of food, they can be in form of water, drugs, fruits, cream, and others. And they are all unfit for human consumption. We have seen what harmful substance is. Now let's go to the next one, which has to do with listing with examples things we term as harmful substance. Let's see our second objective, which is list and explain with examples of harmful substance. I have listed 7. Let's explain it. Poorly cooked food. Food that are not properly cooked. For example, pork meat. If you cook your pork meat and it's not well cooked, it can be contaminated. Remember, pork meat most times carry worm. And so if it is not tapeworm, if it is not well cooked, this tapeworm goes to the system and causes havoc. And so other foods too that might be improperly cooked, because they are not cooked to the degree they are supposed to be cooked, once it is consumed, it causes harm to the system. So we must cook our food properly before we consume them. Make sure your food is well cooked, boiled. For meat, let it cook very well. Then, rotten food and fruits. Fruits that are rotting, foods that are rotting, they are breeding grounds for microorganisms you cannot see. Soured soup, rotten fruits, rotten mango, rotten apple. If you consume this contaminated food, this rotten food and fruits, once it goes to the system, the microorganisms that have possessed this food go to your system and start fighting against your system, and it can be very harmful. You start having food poisoning, very bad. Impure water. Water that its source is not pure. Take waters from the river, take water from the well. Microorganisms are found therein. Harmful substances like the waters in the river, they dump harmful substances in them, and at the end of the day you consume such waters, they become harmful to the system. Taking impure water, make sure your water source is pure. You have expired drugs and food. You see a drug, you've seen the expiration date, and you said it's just last month this drug expired, I can take it, it still have some days of validation. No, you don't do such things. Or you have bought milk in your house, sardine in your house, and you just look at it, it's just it has expired last month. You say, no, I can manage it. Those can be food poisoning to your system. You don't take such. Then still food that have stayed longer than its shelf life, it can equally be said to be expired food too. The container they used to count this food have been tampered with, and you see that they are not properly counted. You said I can manage it. It can be harmful to your system. Unripe fruits. There are fruits that, if they are not ripe, they are not fit for consumption. Unripe mango, unripe orange, unripe pineapple. Fruits in general need to be ripe before you consume it. Once it is not ripe, it is harmful. Because the chemical substance you're going to consume from those fruits are going to be harmful to your system. So don't consume unripe fruits. And then lastly, cigarettes. You look at it as a substance. You inhale it, you smoke it, you take it, it becomes a harmful substance to you. You can be a passive smoker by inhaling the cigarette smoke, and can cause a lot of effects. It has a lot of effects in the human body. So we have seen the example of things we can say they are harmful substance. We talk about food, we talk about fruits, we talk about water, we talk about cigarettes, poorly-cooked food, consumption of unripe fruits, taking contaminated water, eating contaminated food, rotten food or food, spoiled food. All of these can be termed to be harmful substance. Remember we said harmful substance is anything that is contaminated and threatens the health of human, that is unfit for consumption. So we have listed all of this. Please watch through it again and again and understand it's something we can practice in our everyday life. Stop taking unripe fruit, stop taking harmful drugs. We will talk about harmful substance part 2 in our next class. Thank you for being part of this class. Subscribe if you've not subscribed. Share our videos. Head over to Class Online School. You'll see more of our videos. I'm happy to be here and thank you for being here. If you are returning subscribers, thank you. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. Until I come your way next class. See you then.